Election polling free setup through Election Day. Our hometown's WordPress publishing platform includes a very simple polls tool that customers can use to poll their readers and gauge public opinion on various topics. With election season just around the corner, many newspapers are hosting polls related to local or national elections to get a sense of which way their readers are leaning towards voting. This data can be valuable to your own marketing strategy, as well as to advertisers who may be interested in the political demographic of the area. Polls are easy to set up and manage on your own, but if you don't have the time or prefer to learn by example, we'd be happy to help you set up your first poll. In fact, from now until Election Day, November 3rd, our hometown will be offering free setup of polls for any customers who wish to begin using them. All polls can be limited to one vote per user, tracked via IP address, cookies, or both. We can also limit polls to registered users only, meaning readers would need to have an account and be logged in to vote. Polls also include the option for readers to select more than one answer, and basic custom styling can be applied to make your poll stand out. Just send an email to our support team at ops@ourhometown.com and mention this offer. Let us know what question your poll should ask, and what the possible answers should be. If you'd like for users to be able to select more than one answer, designate that in your message. Polls are a great way to get readers interacting with your website. If you haven't used polls before, this election season is a great excuse to try them out. Tips for promoting your website in the print edition. One question we're often asked by customers and prospective customers is, how can we get more traffic to our site? That is a pretty open-ended question, and of course there are an infinite number of ways to get more traffic to your website. However, one effective strategy is to market to your existing audience, print readers, by making frequent mention of the website in your print edition. You'd be surprised how many newspapers don't even publish their website URL anywhere in the paper edition. Undoubtedly, some long-time, old-fashioned readers may not even know that a website exists. With the publishing world trending towards a digitally dominated landscape, you definitely want to make sure that your existing print readers are able to easily find your website. There may just come a day when distributing a print edition is no longer viable, and you won't want your readers going elsewhere for their news. Let's start with the obvious aforementioned tip. 1. Include your website on the front page. If you, like many newspapers around the globe, are refocusing your efforts on your digital product, then it probably makes sense to promote your website heavily in the print edition. Including your website's URL somewhere in the masthead, or elsewhere on your front page, is a good first step to helping readers find the website. This helps illustrate to readers that the newspaper itself is only a single piece of your product, and that more is available on the website. A lot of newspapers will publish their website's URL on every page in the print edition by adding it to the top or bottom margins next to the page numbers. When the reader sees this URL repeatedly printed throughout the edition, they'll never have to so much as Google search for your website, they'll already have the website address memorized. 2. Publish surplus photos on the website. Photographs add an extra dimension to the news, giving readers a glimpse of a person or a place and allowing them to easily connect with the subject matter in the story. Oftentimes, especially with large community events, there just isn't enough room in the print edition to show off all of the amazing photographs that were captured. This is another great opportunity to promote your website by inviting readers to view the rest of your photos online. Our hometown's WordPress publishing platform includes the Max Galleria plugin, which makes creating photo galleries a breeze. You can quickly upload a set of photos to a gallery and embed it into any article or page on the website using a shortcode. Whether you're simply adding more photos to the online version of an article or creating a dedicated photo gallery section of your website, you may find success by teasing these galleries in print with a note or link to view the full gallery online. 3. Continue the story online. Using the same principle as the above, you could include a slimmed-down version of your content in the print edition and invite readers to visit the website for a more in-depth version of the story. While it probably doesn't make sense to apply this tactic to general news articles, it can be especially useful for reader interest and feature-style reporting, where a single feature can go on for several pages, eating up valuable space and increasing the cost of producing the print edition. Depending how many ads you're able to sell, it may be more financially viable to produce less pages in print by moving the majority of the story online. Of course, you can also include additional media and assets online, much like the photo galleries we mentioned above. While the print edition is largely limited to just text and in a few photos, you could invite readers to download a full PDF of a certain document or view a full video of an incident on your website. You could even invite them to listen to this story online using our audio articles feature. 4. Interactive content online. Another way to draw readers to your website is to utilize more interactive content online and promote it in your print edition. Our hometown's WordPress publishing platform includes tools for things like polls and contests that you can use to appeal to readers. Ask readers to go to your website and share their opinion by voting on a poll you set up for the upcoming election season. Or create a trivia contest where readers can submit their answer to a weekly trivia question online, along with their contact info, for a chance to win a prize. If you have comments enabled online, invite your readers to join the discussion online at yourwebsite.com at the end of hot topic news articles in print. Comments can be an especially effective way to get users coming back to your website, as they are constantly returning to respond to other readers who have joined the discussion. 5. Promote website and services in filler ads. If you have any unfilled ad space in your print edition, create some filler ads that drive users to the website. It's easy to highlight the benefits of an online 24/7 news source over a once-a-day or once-a-week newspaper. Try a simple ad campaign prompting users to keep up with the latest news online at yourwebsite.com. We see many newspapers take this approach to advertise their Facebook page or their Twitter profile, but why not apply it to your own website? You should also promote any services that your website offers, because some print-only readers may not even know some of these options are available. If you accept classified orders through your website, then add a note to your classified section prompting readers to visit the website to submit online instead. You could even offer a small discount for submitting online. If you accept announcement orders, such as birthdays, anniversaries, obituaries, etc., through your website, then add a note to these sections prompting readers to submit their own announcements through the website instead. If you're housing a business directory, then be sure to mention the benefits somewhere in your paper. All three of the above examples could be advertised with filler ads in your own newspaper. Thanks for taking the time to read these basic tips for promoting your website in the print edition. We'd love to do a follow-up post in the future with some publisher-shared tips, so if you have any advice or suggestions to share with other publishers and would like to contribute, send us an email at ops@ourhometown.com. Virtual conference replay, reverse publishing from WordPress to InDesign. Our hometown's latest virtual conference took place this past Friday, featuring one of our most popular platform features, reverse publishing. Our reverse publishing suite allows publishers to draft and publish all of their article content on the website before exporting the entire edition to be placed in an InDesign document to create the print edition. This system drastically reduces the time it takes for publishers to update their website with new content, which is traditionally done after producing a new print edition. Our hometown's president and CEO Matt Larson was joined by Meg Norris of the Garden City News to demonstrate the tool and discuss the value of a feature like this. Meg has been using reverse publishing for the Garden City News, as well as several sister publications, and has been eager to share how this tool has improved her workflow. If you were unable to attend the conference, we have the full-length replay available for you to enjoy below. NNA Virtual Conference leads newspaper industry. Our hometown's president and CEO Matt Larson recently contributed the following article to the September issue of the National Newspaper Association's Publisher Auxiliary publication. The article highlights several of the challenges currently facing the print publishing industry and offers a range of solutions to combat each issue, while also praising the NNA for taking the same approach with their upcoming virtual conference, which replaces the traditional in-person experience at the annual convention and trade show. As you know, Matt Larson and our hometown will be presenting at this year's virtual convention and trade show, focusing on the points mentioned below. Enjoy this primer from Mr. Larson, and we hope to see you all next month. The NNA has taken the lead in our industry to develop one of the first virtual newspaper conferences to be held entirely online. Our hometown is thrilled to be invited to speak on several flash sessions, during which we'll focus on the digital solutions we've helped our publisher partners develop and execute. The COVID shutdown has accelerated many of the trends we've witnessed in the newspaper industry for the last 20 years. Let's break down each of these trends and highlight the NNA flash sessions that will focus on their solutions. 1. The decline of print revenue. The shutdown of the world economy hit every publisher on their bottom line. Many were faced with overnight suspension of the entire print side of their business. That advertising revenue went away and many subscribers were expecting to still access their subscription online. Our customer Cecile Wehrman, publisher of the Journal and Tioga Tribune, was one of the first publishers to recognize the impact COVID would have on print revenue. We quickly adapted her paywall and donation strategy, while she continues to develop new tactics for increasing subscriptions. I will be interviewing Cecile Live as part of our session Rethinking Paywalls for Paid Print Newspapers. Another publisher using our hometown's WordPress platform is Tom Lappas of the Henrico Citizen. Tom suspended print during the shutdown and adapted by shifting focus to his digital advertising packages, which span all digital platforms the Citizen appears on. I'll be interviewing Tom during our session on donation strategies during shutdown, where we will discuss his innovative advertising donation program that benefits both local nonprofits and the Citizen. 2. Increasing preference for readers to access news via digital, especially mobile. Another trend that accelerated during the shutdown was more newspaper readers going online to get local news. In some cases, this was because they physically could not get the print edition, in others, they simply preferred the real-time updates they got from the digital edition. Much of this audience will never return to the print edition. After discovering how easy it is to access the news from any device, why would they? This is a problem for free print newspapers, unless they quickly adapt their digital business model away from print advertising and toward building reader revenue. In the second session on Rethinking Paywalls for free print newspapers, we'll dig into some of the paywall models that free newspapers are using to monetize the news on our platform. 3. The decentralization of news production into cloud-based workflows. When businesses were first shut down and employees started working from home, many of us saw this as a temporary measure. However, regardless of the pandemic's course going forward, many businesses will never return to the old way of doing work. Some of the more innovative publishers have recognized that by shifting their pre-press process to the website content management system, they could save the time spent updating the website after print was completed. Meg Norris, editor and publisher at 5 weekly papers on Long Island, was one of the first publishers to embrace a digital-first workflow on our hometown's WordPress platform. I'll be interviewing Meg on her process during the session on reverse publishing from website to InDesign. 4. Newspapers are branching out into video and audio to capture a larger audience. The COVID shutdown has resulted in the unprecedented adoption of virtual collaboration tools for remote work, specifically Zoom and other video sharing software. This means that any meeting, conference, or interview that normally would have taken place in person can now easily be captured on video with the click of a button. In our session How to Produce High-Yield Content with Video Interviews, I will break down our process for creating 5 pieces of multimedia content from a single virtual interview. This is not a theoretical presentation. The focus will be on the exact steps that our hometown's marketing team follows to transform a live publisher interview into a video highlight playlist, audio podcast, blog post, and a newsletter. There are dozens of other sessions from terrific speakers on the agenda. I hope you will all join us for the first NNA virtual conference, October 1st to 3rd. Congratulations to NIPA's 2019 Better Newspaper Contest Award winners. Our hometown would like to pass along our congratulations to award winners in the New York Press Association's 2019 Better Newspaper Contest, especially to our customers who took home some well-deserved recognition. The Better Newspaper Contest is the New York Press Association's NYPA statewide competition that judges newspapers on their content in a few different categories, such as writing/reporting, photography, advertising, and more. Winners were finally announced last month after the coronavirus pandemic derailed the original plan to announce winners at the NIPA Spring Conference, which was ultimately canceled. The winners were announced digitally via the NIPA's live-streamed award shows. You can click here to view a replay of each show or download a document of all of the winners in PDF format by clicking here. We're so happy to see the efforts of so many of the people and publications that we work with on a daily or weekly basis pay off. A big congratulations to the B Newspaper Group and Neighbor to Neighbor newspapers, who each took home 2 first-place awards via the respective publications, the Amherst Bee, Warsaw's Country Courier, and the East Aurora Advertiser, as well as our other winners at the Wave, the Putnam County News and Recorder, and the Garden City News, who each took home multiple second and third-place awards. Slides from the NIPA slideshow presentation featuring all winners on our hometown's WordPress platform are available below, as well as a text-only list. Great work, everyone! With all of the craziness that this year has forced upon us, we know that all of our customers have had to put in a lot of extra work and come up with creative solutions to unfamiliar problems in the publishing industry. We can't wait to see who makes the podium next year. First place, Best News Story, Division 1, Warsaw's Country Courier, Natalie Muster, Neighbor to Neighbor newspapers. First place, Best Automotive Special Section, East Aurora Advertiser, Neighbor to Neighbor newspapers. First place, Classified Advertising, Amherst Bee newspapers. First place, Best Small Ad Space, Division 1, Amherst Bee newspapers. Second place, Best Graphic Illustration, Division 2, The Wave, Paula DeGioia. Second place, Classified Advertising, Garden City News, Margaret Norris. Second place, Best Advertising Campaign, Division 1, Putnam County News and Recorder, Sheila Smith Cunningham. Third place, Best House Ad/Ad Campaign, Division 1, Amherst Bee newspapers. Third place, Best House Ad/Ad Campaign, Division 1, East Aurora Advertiser, Neighbor to Neighbor newspapers. Third place, Special Section/Niche Publications, Division 2, Garden City News, Margaret Norris. Third place, Editorial Cartoon, Division 2, The Wave, Thomas Kerr. Third place, Best Large Ad Space, Division 1, East Aurora Bee newspapers. Third place, Best Small Ad Space, Division 1, Putnam County News and Recorder, Sheila Smith Cunningham. Third place, Best Front Page, Division 1, Amherst Bee, David F. Sherman. Using Twitter lists for live news on your website. In today's digitally dominated world, social media platforms like Twitter are often the best sources for following live news as it happens. Before the TV crews show up and before the articles are written, many news stories, big and small, start out as a single message from a person who sees something happen in real time and decides to tweet about it, or post it on Facebook, or share a photo on Instagram. This new form of pseudo-journalism is part of what makes Twitter and other social media platforms so powerful when it comes to sharing and reporting the news. On the flip side, there is always the danger of someone falsely reporting events, or worse, posing as another individual or entity and misrepresenting the facts. That is why it is so important to vet your sources on social media and make sure you are not contributing to the spread of inaccurate information. Major networks like Facebook and Twitter have verified profiles to signify that they are indeed who they say they are, but generally this process is only open to celebrities, athletes, high-profile politicians, and notable organizations. Your local small-town newspaper reporter will likely not be verified on most networks. Fortunately, Twitter has an awesome feature called Lists that allows you to create and share lists of individuals that you've personally confirmed are real, trustworthy accounts. Your list will display tweets from all of the accounts that you've added, and can be embedded directly into your website so that your readers can view real-time tweets from sources your newspaper has deemed trustworthy. One example of how to use this feature would be to create a local news reporters list and add any of your staff reporters or editors to this list. This way readers can view any breaking news updates or thoughts from these accounts in real time. Similarly, you could also create a list of trustworthy news outlets and include verified accounts of sources like CNN, MSNBC, The New York Times, and other major news outlets. Another savvy way to use this feature would be to create a list of local politicians running for office in the upcoming election season. Not every small-town politician is going to have Twitter's blue verified checkmark, but if you're able to independently verify that an account is legitimate, Then a list of these local politicians can be a great addition to your website. Readers are certainly interested in what these figures have to say, so why not compile all of their thoughts and tweets into a single feed that your readers and followers can browse without needing to worry about being tricked by a fake account? How to create a list on Twitter. To create a list on Twitter, simply log into your Twitter dashboard and choose the List tab, then click the Create a New List button. Enter a name and description for your list. You can also add a header photo to this list. When you advance to the next page, you'll be able to add members to your list. The members list will be empty, but if you click to the Suggested tab, you can search Twitter for accounts and quickly add them to your list. Once you've published your list, you'll want to copy the URL from the address bar and navigate to Twitter's Publish tool. Twitter Publish lets you paste in a URL to any profile, list, hashtag, or tweet and quickly generate a piece of code you can use to embed the resulting tweets into your website. Many customers use this tool to embed their own Twitter feeds on their website, but it can be equally effective to embed a list of other Twitter feeds. Twitter Publish will display a preview of your list and offer some additional customization options you can configure directly from this tool. Once you're ready, click the Copy Code button and paste your code into a custom HTML widget on your website, or email it to ops@ourhometown.com and ask us to do it for you.